What's up, everybody? What's up? How are you all doing? We're back with another episode of the Real Ones Gaming Podcast. It's been a while, but we're back. And we have a special host coming back. Finally, we've waited for so long. We missed her, and she's back. The Queen of Detroit, Miss Pinky 313.
I missed you guys. Yes. Mommy duties calls, okay? It was rough out here in these streets. I had to go take care of my babies, get them ready for school. You know how it goes, Black Mommy Gamer.
Well, go ahead, tell them a little bit about yourself for the people who are new, Pink.
Just a little hint. As you know, I'm Miss Pinky 313. I am a Twitch streamer and a content creator. You can find social media platforms. You can find me on Facebook. Search Miss Pinky 313 Plays. Instagram, Queen Pinky 313, and on Twitter, you can find me Miss Pinky 313 Play _ check out my YouTube channel as well. Like I said, I'm a content creator. So you can find me 313 Miss Pinky on YouTube. Also, as I mentioned, I am a Black Mommy Gamer. I am trying to get that brand up and running. The Mommy Gamers to help and support that as well, that project. I have, you can find that at misspinky313.blogspot.com. And also you can find the Twitch channel as well. You just search Black Mommy Gamer and you can find it there. Right now, I'm trying to, get all the Black Mommy Gamers together because we have a few things in common, games, kids, and life. So I want to get that up and running, guys. So in the next year, if I can, people support, we come from that'd be just the bomb.
Okay. And as always, now that we have Miss Pinky back, we also have the King of Atlanta, quote, the King of Jersey.
Yes, sir.
I know he's been happy because NBA 2K20 is out. King AJ.
Yes, sir. You know who it is. It's your boy, the head honcho. King of the royalty family, man. It's your boy, King AJ, man. I'm back again with my brother and my sister. And you can find me on Twitch at King AJ _ on Twitch. You can find me on YouTube at King AJ. You can find me on Twitter at King AJ _ 15. And I will be dropping content left and right for Modern Warfare. And there's another game I might be coming back to. I'm stepping out of retirement for. So y'all be on the lookout for that. And I'm going to pass it over to my brethren, my brother from another mother. Green.
Thank you. And before I get to my stuff, Ruby Rose is not here today. She's out and about doing some important things in the world today. But
There's your rubies.
You can check her out on Twitch at It's Ruby Rose. As you guys know, we all call her Ruby. She has a Tumblr, the Honey Tea. That's the honey as in the food item and tea as in the drink. Make sure you check her out at all her social medias at It's Ruby Rose and her Twitter Ruby Rose _ where she and on her Tumblr and her blogs and stuff, she does a lot of reviews and stories, including things she might watch on Netflix and things like that. So make sure you check her out. And like AJ said, I'm your host, your co-host with the most, GreenSP. You can check me out on Twitch at GreenSpmk. You can also check me out on YouTube and pretty much any social media at GreenSpmk. I've been on my Instagram flow posting pictures left and right. And on my YouTube flow, I've been posting videos left and right. Just trying to get all of this Call of Duty action, this Apex Legends action, which I'm super excited for because Season 3 is right around the corner.
Yes.
Can't be happier. They showcased the new character. I can't wait to play as him. I already got my coins together to get him. So that's what I've been doing. That's what you guys going to be seeing in the next couple weeks. But yeah, that is the group. So what we're going to do is going to take a quick little break. We're going to pay some bills, get these messages out, you know, what we do, and we'll be right back.
What up, people? It's your boy, King AJ, man. Back at it again. We're here with the Real Ones podcast, and we have our own Discord. So if you are a small streamer, small content creator like us that needs some backing, some support, come to our Discord at RealOnesGaming. We're welcome with open arms. We give you feedback on equipment, how to grow your channel, what stuff you need. We give you news, podcasts every 2 weeks. And the Discord link will be in the description. And we out of here. Welcome back. With your boy King AJ, man. We're talking about PlayStation Plus free games of the month. We got Batman Arkham Knight. Arkham Knight is free if you haven't played Batman Telltale or Batman, whatever Batman you didn't play. And for my rating of Batman Arkham Knight, I give it a 7 out of 10. And the next game we have is Dark Side 3. I haven't played it yet, so you might be getting that game from me.
It's a good game. I played it.
You might be getting that game with me on Twitch, so small other stuff, but we're gonna pass it over to Miss Pinky.
Ooh, yes. So the Xbox Go free games are as follows: Hitman, the complete first season, and that's from September 1st to the 30th, so basically the whole month. We Are Here, and that's from September 16th to October 15th, and that's for Xbox One. Tekken Tag Tournament 2, September 16th, and that's for Xbox One and Xbox 360. Oh, dun, 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 dun. Stories. Are you guys ready? Fasten your seatbelts.
Yes.
I'm going for a ride. So, Cyberpunk 7 removes binary gender selection. Of course, it causes controversy.
Mm-hmm. Boy, did it
would you have known it was cause an uproar?
Not something that small.
But
Anything small turns into a big thing.
So basically, kind of give you a little backstory on this. So the original Cyberpunk 2077 gameplay demo, initially shown to press behind the closed door, had everyone raving back in E3 2018. This has been made available for all to watch online. So basically, here I'm reading from a story here. It's not giving you a choice to pick a gender.
Yeah.
In a sense, basically, you cannot choose male or female. They're just giving you a body type to choose. Yep. For somebody like me, I just want somebody to look like me. That's fine. I play the game. To be honest with you, I know representation matters to some folks and some don't. In this sense here, I am excited for Cyberpunk. Don't change. I don't. I really don't. I just want somebody. I want to play with a character that looks like me. So if I can create a character that looks like me, I'm fine with that. Do you guys have a say on this? Just
I
I'll
think
let you go first.
I think it's as far as the people that's like getting upset at the CD Project Red company for this change. It's a very small change. I really don't give a shit. Like we've had games like this, and I know they always hinted that it was a male or female kind of thing, but they really changed it to body type for the same reasons that this company is saying it. A lot of people don't like the reason given was because they wanted to be inclusive, which basically means like they wanted to not get attacked from those who are transgendered or otherwise who don't do the
all in all, they are
non-binary.
getting attacked.
Yeah,
Mhm.
but what they did is
It's
they
like
got attacked from the people who care too much.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like as a cisgender straight person, I really don't see why you would get upset about this bullshit. Like
Mhm.
we've played games exactly like we played games where they didn't give you a choice at all.
Exactly.
Like when I look on YouTube and I
As
see,
dinosaurs and tigers, a
yeah,
yellow
Yeah.
thing that lightning ball out his tail. Like, come on, y'all! Like,
and as a person of color, you know, we grew up on playing as blonde haired, blue eyed white men for the
Yeah.
majority of our gaming lives. So,
mm,
like, for
With the
us to
exception of Mario,
complain is ridiculous.
with exception of Mario, because Mario was mixed. He just liked white women.
Mario was fucking Italian, okay?
I
He
tell
was
you.
about as Italian. He ate spaghetti and meatballs, mushrooms, and all other kind of. He was as Italian as it fucking gets.
Yeah.
Look,
So
they now in the movie they made him mixed, but
Yeah,
in reality,
yeah,
he was
he
about
was
the
full
most
blown
Italian
Italian.
motherfucker you can find.
yeah, definitely. Like, I'm just because a good example, a very good example, Saints Row.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, we didn't nobody come out the box on that one.
Well, there's
Nobody.
some
Yeah.
other
The
controversy
same.
to this too. I'll
Well,
say
yeah.
that.
The same
So
thing.
yeah, if anybody plays Saints Row, it went down on that. So I
Yeah.
guess it was so much controversy, other things that was controversial about that game that one's probably just laid down. But
But the,
Cyberpunk, I'm not about to pull my hair out and burn
I see.
and stuff. No.
What about you,
Mm-mm.
AJ? What do you think?
I think they just want something. They just want their own game. They just want their own game. And
Yeah,
half of y'all is gonna go pick up. Half of y'all probably pre-ordered Cyberpunk anyway. And as soon
exactly.
as y'all make y'all character and y'all get into the game, it's not gonna be a problem. Same thing when y'all with Saints Row, GTA when it first happened. GTA had that mixed gender thing, but Rockstar didn't care for it. So y'all gonna do the same thing. Y'all gonna complain about a minor tweak in the game. But y'all knowing back in y'all mind that y'all already got y'all $60 already out of the game. They already got y'all money.
Mm-hmm.
And every sus person in America is going to say, "Oh, Cyberpunk is game of the year, game of the year this, game of the year that." But remember this day, y'all was just complaining about it when they changed it to body types. So I don't want to hear that back and forth about, oh, we need a just then get. I know there's some smart people. I'm gonna just call them people in that community that can build your own game and it'd probably be a fantastic game.
But I think that's what it
So,
is too. Is that they complain because they can't do the shit. To be honest with you, I think it's
but
you can't be a, as I call it, and we talked about this earlier, a baby back bitch about some small shit like this. Like if they were like, yo, in this game, you pick the sex that you want, and it forces you to be a Catholic person that's touching little boys or something like that. Like if it was something like obscene and just wrong, I can kind of understand why you're upset about it. But if you can still create,
had that, but Green, if they'd have had, if they're complaining now, why didn't he complain about it when Saints Row was doing it?
Because their argument was
but why they didn't complain when Mafia started bullying all that? They should have complained back then.
They complained about Mafia. Oh, they complained about Mafia. Mafia 3 was probably about the most complaining is motherfuckers that I've ever seen in my life. Okay?
I'm not talking about Mafia 3. I'm talking about Mafia 1. I'm talking about bullying. I'm talking about them games that they could have been complained about. I'm talking about Saints Row 1. I'm talking about those games.
It's because
I'm talking about those games.
Because the people who are complaining don't give a shit about anyone else but themselves. That's what it comes down to. They don't care about how a black person feels that they're not represented well. They don't care about the Asians who are not represented well. They don't care about the Mexicans who are not represented well. They don't care about the other cultures, people from Syria, people from even people from Russia. They don't give a shit about them. They don't give a fuck about anybody else other than what looks like them, which is blonde hair, blue-eyed white people. And it's not all of them. It's
create your own avenues.
Exactly. And I think this is a pretty good thing for them to do because I don't even think the company should have even announced why they did it. They should have just did it and shut the fuck up. And if someone asked them why, I'd be like, because we fucking felt like it. It's our game and we fucking felt like it.
They should have did the same thing as Rockstar did when Rockstar had that controversy when GTA 5 came out. Rockstar just left it in the game.
But I also think the media needs to realize is that no matter what game comes out, people are going to fucking complain about the shit. A lot of people ask me, why do I have an Asian girl in an NBA game? It's because I can never get anyone that represents me well. If you look at any NBA game, and that's 2K2, or any game that lets you be a black person, the same hairstyles is selected. And I don't know who the fuck is at these video game companies, but they need to know nobody wears cornrows.
And the only one that wears cornrows now is Kawhi Leonard. Like, 2K, I'm talking to you personally. Get rid of them freaking cornrows.
Nobody wears them shit.
There's the only person that wears cornrows in the community of 2K is a person that me and Green don't like.
Look.
That's the only person in the community that wears them.
Here's the thing that I have a problem with. The fade has been out since the late 80s. And there's still no games with a haircut with a fade? Are you serious right now?
Dollars is one of them. Pinky had a problem with that. With the hairstyles.
Mm-hmm. I can't get a regular fucking hairstyle?
The hair thing, representation. I mean, and it kind of circles back with this too. With Cyberpunk, representation matters. From the hairstyles, from the color of the skin to the style, the swagger of the character. If we had more people
in them offices
of colored people of different cultures, games in these, the boardrooms of the games, we wouldn't have to from the top of our lungs, give us this, give us that. So that's why we have to create our own games, our own avenues to, make up and make that happen for us. Because let me tell you, I'm tired. I'm tired of seeing a black circle on the top of somebody's head, and it's called an afro. That is not an afro.
It's not.
And here's my issue. Speaking to the game Ruby been promoting this maybe 2 now. And the game looks phenomenal. She's been promoting this. It's all black cast character game, developed game.
Oh, Rush Attack. Is it Rush Attack? Yeah, Rush Attack.
Yeah. And I haven't seen not one supported game like that by any of us. And she can't get the recognition behind that game. That's my big issue behind that. She's promoting a game for us, that's by us, and the fans don't want it. I don't understand.
No, the fans want it. They have a big following as far as on Facebook.
Yeah, on
talking
Facebook,
about the attack game.
Yeah, Rush Attack. Yeah, it's.
Oh yeah, I mentioned that yesterday at MechaCon.
Yeah, I mentioned that as much as I can.
As much as I can, and they do have a big.
Oh, hold
on. Just like we're doing, just mention it to people. That's what we need to do. Just like how we mentioning 2K20 to people, how we mention Call of Duty all the time. It just flows off our tongue so soft and so evenly. That's what we need to do about Rush Attack. We got to do the same thing. That's all.
Yeah. And one thing I will give to CD Projekt Red is that they gave a wrong, and I won't even say they gave a wrong explanation for it. I would say they could have took that opportunity to give the best answer they could have, because another controversy about the game that just came out recently was because this game is going to play like Mass Effect, where you kind of have relationships choices. And before any of I know people like my girl, her celebrity crush is Keanu Reeves. So let me say this to everybody who has a crush on Keanu Reeves. No, he is not a relationship choice that you can pick in this game. Calm your nerves. You can't be having sex with Keanu Reeves, so no, that's not going to happen.
That was all on my top. That was all on my timeline.
So there you go.
I get to pick Keanu Reeves to be my love slave. Like
no. He's an actor. Like, treat him as such.
If
but
Michael B. Jordan pops up on there, okay.
No. None of that.
What you mean?
You get default characters, okay? You get these no-name voice actors.
Representation matters. I need Michael B. Jordan.
you get.
That's like when you and Ruby was picking on Green when he picked the black guy on Overwatch.
Oh, what was that? Baptiste?
Oh yes.
Yeah, y'all was chasing around like a piece of meat.
No,
not a piece of meat.
No, but the way that the game is set up is like you play this game and you develop relationships, and you can have a romantic relationship if you wish. But they're saying now that the game is first person, so it doesn't stop you from falling in love with whoever you want to. Like Mass Effect didn't do it. Saints Row didn't do it. So depending on who you are and how you feel about certain stuff like that, you can pick a relationship with any of the characters that you just feel connected to. So I think that should have been used in their reasoning for creating this body type format rather than this sex format, because you never know who. I create a character that looks traditionally male, but maybe you as a person, you don't feel like that's your sex. So you create somebody who looks closer to you. Now, some people might be like, yo, I don't want a male or female. I don't want a human at all. I want to be a goddamn robot. And you can do that because technically speaking, in this world, that exists. So you can create that character and still have sex with humans. So you can literally be whoever you want. But it doesn't matter? No. The game is going to play the exact same way. You're going to get the same exact choices. You're going to get the same opportunities to do whatever you want. Everyone is treated equally. And you're not going to see yourself. So who gives a fuck? Who really? It's not third person. Like, you're only going to see yourself, I guess, if you pass through a mirror or some shit like that. Yeah. Other than that, hey, you're by yourself. And a lot of people are saying, well, it's just because you're part of the I don't even know what they call us, black people group. But let me
People group.
let me let me put down something to y'all. I'm a big Star Wars fan, and one of the biggest Star Wars games is coming up soon. Now, remind you, there's no representation for me in that Star Wars game. That character is set. You get a white dude, and that's all you get. No woman, no anything. I'm cool with that because it makes sense. Call of Duty, when what was the first game of Call of Duty that did that shit? I think it was Advanced Warfare, where you can customize your character. When that shit came out, I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, it was Advanced. It was probably Ghost or Advanced Warfare. One of them.
I think it was Advanced. But when they did that shit, I was kind of like, oh, okay, that's cool, whatever. Did they have the hairstyles and stuff? No. Do they still have it? No. They don't give a shit. They didn't give a shit, and I understood that shit. I would like more representation, but if you're going to create a system like this, I think that's perfect because it doesn't really matter. I think everyone should be represented equally in a game of this caliber. If the character that you're playing doesn't influence the game one way or another, then yeah, give them some customization. Now, if what the character is depends on the story, then yeah, I can understand you just picking a one person type of thing and everyone just plays the same character. I can understand that part. But for people to get upset about this shit, I don't care.
So Green, let's put this into perspective. Everybody played Detroit, right?
Yeah.
Okay. If they took the mechanics from Detroit and put it in see if the new game that's coming out, I forgot the name real quick. Had a break.
Cyberpunk.
Yeah, they put the mechanics from Detroit in the Cyberpunk. Would that even make it a better game for
the I wouldn't play that shit. I wouldn't play it.
I mean, just for the other, just to make it equal for the other side to be happy, to make them feel good.
As far as mechanics.
Oh, you mean as far as the character designs?
Yeah.
Oh.
To make them feel good, to be the other selves. Would that make a difference in this game?
Technically, I mean, you couldn't really choose your character with Detroit.
No, you couldn't choose it. They designed their own character.
Like customization characters. No, you can do it, but you had to play with.
Yeah, so like I think it's if they had went the same way that a game like Detroit Becomes Human did it, where they just gave you a character and just lit off in the beginning, I think no one would be worried about Cyberpunk 2077. Everybody would have got it. It would have been fine, and everything would have been hunky dory. But because they announced that you get to customize your character in this story, and if they were to take it away and just say, okay, we're just going to give you one person, everybody's going to have the same looking person. Only thing you can change is your fucking clothes. That's it. I think everybody would have get upset because, again, what happens is when you give the community something and then you take it away, you kind of spoil the community because now they think they deserve it, in which, no, motherfucker, you don't. Like, you deserve shit in life. You can earn this shit. You can buy this shit. But you buy it however the fuck I decide to make it. If you don't want it, don't buy it. But I think the whole sex thing is ridiculous. That's just me.
That game had a problem with the dark customization. One out of everybody that was at E3 that seen that game had one freaking problem. And it spread like wildfire. Knowing that half of y'all done pre-ordered the darn game. Probably pre-ordered the deluxe edition at that. So what are you complaining about? About one minor tweak. Y'all should. The company should just say, "You're gonna get this game. If you don't like it, you can go get your pre-order back. We still got fans that's gonna play this game, and we gonna get the money's worth out of it. We gonna still be game of the year, outside of Gears, but like I was saying, they should have just shut up about it and let it roll out."
Yeah, well, we'll see how it works because I think it comes.
Company side.
Well, I think this game comes out February or March, I think.
So early spring.
Yeah, I think I'm pretty sure it's first quarter. Whatever it is, it's first quarter
of the new year.
Yeah. And I think the only people that they have to compete against is probably going to be Last of Us 2, maybe. But they might push Last of Us 2 to April or May. Because I think Last of Us 2 would do better in April or May. That's just me. But
Last of Us 2 release is February 28th, 2020.
Okay, then yeah, they're gonna stick with the first. But we'll see. We'll see how people. I mean, everybody's gonna buy the game. I don't know why they're arguing about it, but they're gonna buy the game.
They just because they was bored. That's what it was. They were bored.
They're gonna buy the game.
They were bored, and once you get bored, you wanna stir the pot up a little. The game was sitting up there just fine, without no tweakage, none of that. It's like, oh, let me start something. They hopped on they sat their fat behind down in front of the computer and on Twitter like, hey, I done found something wrong with the game. And it spread it like wildfire.
It's the same way as Spider-Man about the puddle controversy, where they were like there was no puddles in the game demonstration like it was in the E3 demonstration, and the company was like, because in the game demonstration that you showed that didn't have the puddle, it wasn't fucking raining in the game. So, of course, there's no puddles. It's only puddles if it rains. So, the basic point that I'm trying to make is wait until the game comes out and then complain about it. Like, if the game comes out.
betas are still a progress. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Progress.
It's like people that get upset about the Modern Warfare shit. Like, you can't get upset about the Modern Warfare shit because it's just a beta. Like, they're going to.
It says it on the screen.
And for those people that says,
blind. If you're that blind, you don't see that gold rating that says beta on your PlayStation or Xbox, then you need to get the eye check for real.
But the people who complain, the thing that they say is, it's no way in the world they can change so much between the beta and the release. You have to remember, the beta for PlayStation came out last weekend, which was what was that, the 15th or 16th or something?
The 16th.
Yeah, so it came out it came out on the 15th because they came out a day early as a surprise. If you played the game on PlayStation then versus how you played it this weekend, which is the weekend of the 22nd, you notice there's a lot of changes they made in that 1 week span. So if they can do that with Call of Duty, imagine what they can do with a game like Spider-Man, or they can do with Cyberpunk 2077. Just because the demo that they show at E3 or a demo they show a couple months before the game comes out is one way, it can be completely different when it releases.
And mind you, y'all, they're playing on PC for a reason. Most of them demos are played on PC.
Because they want to make it look as best as they possibly can.
Yeah.
It's the same way with PlayStation 4 Pro players. Like, when they play, I'm like, God, that looks amazing. Wish my PlayStation played like that.
I'm like, what type of system is that? Yeah. I need that. Where did you get that from? Walmart? I need to go there.
Because if you look at the Instagram for PlayStation and they announce like the people who took photos of their gameplay, the screenshots, you'd be like, God damn, these pictures look amazing, yo.
Hey,
The fuck? Like, I wish I could do
hey.
that shit. Like, but it's also because you have to learn your PlayStation in and out because someone actually taught me this week that the PlayStation actually, the way that they render videos and pictures is a little bit difficulty, and you have to go into the settings and set everything precisely right. So there's some tweaks that a lot of people don't know about their PlayStation, but your PlayStation has a lot of power behind it and can do some amazing shit. And so just take the time to do that. That's just a little tip for all you PlayStation people out there. But I don't know. As far as this, does anybody else have anything to talk about with the Cyberpunk 2077 baby back bitches who are complaining?
But no, I
We
don't. I
gonna
don't have
pick up the
anything
game.
else
Y'all gonna still pick up the
about it.
game.
Yeah, I'm ready to play it. I'm excited for it. I want a character that looks like me.
I wonder if they're gonna have a co-op portion of that. Like we can play the game together.
Mm.
I wonder.
It's more.
That would be hot.
Yeah, but you probably gotta be on the same chapter of the story as
Oh, that's
you
fine.
can't be in the beginning of the story and you're almost to the end of the story.
Oh, me and
So
Pinky did that before. We did that with Saints Row before.
Mm-hmm.
When we literally played that whole game together.
Yeah, we
Like
did
every
from
day we
top
would
to
set up
bottom. It
time.
was so much fun.
Yeah.
It was so
but
much fun.
that was Saints Row.
I would do it with this
Mm.
one. If Pinky was like, yo, Green, we're going to play Cyberpunk 27 on this time every day. All right, cool. I'm there. Let's do this. What's up?
I think we should make that into a series. That we should do that.
We should go back to Saints Row and make that a fucking series show.
That's what I really want to do. I gotta. I mean, is it available for PS4?
You know what? After the stream, I mean, after the podcast, I would definitely check that out. We need to do that again because that was fun. That was fun as fuck. But all right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna take a quick break, guys, and then we'll be back with some PlayStation news and some other stuff. Be right back after this break. Hey pandas, are you looking for a cool custom controller that will help set your game up? Well, Cinch Gaming can hook you up. CinchGaming.com is the spot for custom controllers, energy drinks, gaming apparel, and more. Use the code GreenPanda to save 5% off on any product. So what are you waiting for? Don't make gaming hard, make it a cinch. And if you're looking for clothing that not only meets your fashion needs, but also is designed for gamers, check out So Sick Clothing. SoSickClothing.co has a great selection of clothing and has free shipping on the US orders over $30. Make sure you use the code GreenPanda at checkout. If you're going to step up your game, step up your fit, and make it so sick. And don't forget to check me out, GreenSpmk, at www.twitch.tv/GreenSpmk, Monday through Thursdays, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m., and also on YouTube. Just search GreenSpmk and click on the panda logo. Stay real.
What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Miss Pinky 313. I am affiliated with Gamer Grind Co., freshly roasted coffee for gamers. If you never tried it, you need to try it now. You can also use my discount code, give you 5% off your entire order using Pink313. They have decaf and caffeinated coffee, so try them out. I'm partnered and sponsored with True Skills Pro. That's skills with a Z. Pro multimedia consultants for logos, graphics, web designs, and more. Email them at trueskillspro@gmail.com. That's skills with a Z. I'm also sponsored and partnered with DTRT 313 Clothing Co. for hoodies, t-shirts, and merch for the Pink Squad for men and women. Check them out at DTRT 313 Clothing. Also, make sure you follow me at Twitch at twitch.tv/MissPinky313.
And we're back. We're back. Finally. get some good commercials. Um,
Hmm.
so we got some more stories coming up. AJ, why don't you kick us off with the next one?
All right, the Last of Us announcements, release dates were coming. So, the Last of Us announcement before the release date is February 28th, 2020. There will be a Sony. Sony will be holding a state of play September 24th. That will be Tuesday for the media event for Last of Us 2. Naughty Dog has connected with the dots of Twitter confinements upcoming showcasing Last of Us 2. So this is from the sources will be the whole story will be in the description down below. And I want to get y'all opinions on the Last of Us trailer. The trailer on Last of Us 2 is quite tough from me watching it, and I want to get y'all thoughts on it and the thoughts on the release date and the whole Sony doing this private event for people that's supposed to be going, pretty much.
On that one, Green.
If you want, Peggy, you start it because I have a passion for this.
No.
I have a passion for this story, so I'll let you go first.
Basically, I don't think I've ever played a Last of Us game. I'm trying to remember.
What?
I don't think I have. I've seen gameplay and stuff. I can't remember if I ever have. No, I don't think so. Let's see.
Last of Us was that game. It was the post-apocalyptic one, where it stars a gentleman by the name of Joel, and he walks Ellie through this journey to get her to the Fireflies, and alongside that, they have to deal with a lot of the infected individuals that were infected by a disease that Joel actually worked for the company that had the outbreak first. It was by far probably PlayStation 3's best game.
Mm-hmm.
And they had a remastered the second that PlayStation 4 came out. It still is to this day one of my favorite games ever. It's definitely on my top 3. Yeah, it's probably in my top 3 of favorite games of all time. It has a lot of awards, best story and everything. And I'll be completely honest with you. I think the way that PlayStation and Sony has been dealing with this state of play streams instead of going to E3, I think it's a really smart move. It draws the attention away from gaming as a collecting community, and it draws all the attention straight to PlayStation. And I think that's good. Yeah, it's a good move as a company because we're not thinking about, Cyberpunk 2077 is coming out, and here's Gears of War 5, but also PlayStation has some games. This is like, PlayStation is doing the damn thing.
Right.
Like,
it's going down.
Yeah, you get all your focus on PlayStation, and PlayStation can really just flourish and show you everything without having to worry about a presentation, especially when people are going to complain about the presentation at E3. Like, that was the whole thing. And I think PlayStation did a big move because the one thing we all talked about during E3 was it didn't feel right because PlayStation wasn't there.
I was like, they got something cooking in the back. What they got up their sleeve? Yeah,
I
what's
think it
going
was
on?
smart as fuck. I think Sony has been planning this shit for years.
Yeah.
I got a feeling that PlayStation is like, we learned. If you notice how PlayStation plays now, back in the day when Xbox 360 was known as the better console, that whole generation, PlayStation kind of just did the bare minimum. They did what they were supposed to do, and they did what they thought was innovative, which is good. But then all of a sudden, upon the new generation, once they announced the PlayStation 4, the way that they moved with that whole announcement and the way they've been moving since is very strategically.
Mm.
So I think the state of play is a good move. I think they got something under their sleeve. I think about it like this. Had they have gone to E3 and showcased the PlayStation 5, we are now in September, almost October.
Mm-hmm.
That would still be like something on our minds, but not as fresh.
Right.
Let's think about the Xbox Scarlet. We know it's out. We know it's coming out. We know that Xbox has announced it, but it doesn't come out until next year. So it's not as fresh to us. It's not like a big announcement. And for the two to do the same announcement at the same time is like kind of confusing. We as gamers, we kind of go for what's new to us. And seeing that Nintendo already announced their new system, Xbox already announced their new system. PlayStation's like, we're going to be the newest one that you think about. Now we're going to be the last thing on your mind that you thought about, and that's going to be the freshest. So here's the PlayStation 5 news. Here's the demo for it. Here's everything that's great. And they did the same exact thing when they came up with the PlayStation 4, because a lot of people keep forgetting, and they look at me crazy, especially Xbox people. The first time when Xbox announced that they was coming out with the Xbox One, PlayStation had announced the PlayStation 4, but PlayStation held back a lot of details.
Yeah.
And then Microsoft ended up announcing some stuff that the fans didn't like, and PlayStation saw that and was like, oh, so don't do that. Let's announce that we're not doing that so that we get all the heat.
Right.
So, and PlayStation did it right. And this time I thought Microsoft would catch on to that and would like shut the fuck up. But they still didn't shut the fuck up. It just came out way too early out the gate. I guess because they figured them and PlayStation had this partnership now that, you know, things will be a little bit better. PlayStation's now being a little bit more easy with the cross-play and the cross-platforming gaming. And so now they're playing well with others. But no, PlayStation was like, yeah, we can play well with you. But motherfucker, we still want to outsell the fuck out of you.
Right.
Like,
we still got to make our money.
Yeah, they still got to do what they got to do. So I think the state of play situation is amazing. I think announcing The Last of Us 2 during this state of play and giving the details and the gameplay demos and all of that, I think that's very smart. I can't wait for it. I know a lot of people in the community that can't wait for it because that story, if you ain't played the first one, you missed out on the best story I have seen in a video game ever. Like, emotions was poured into that game. And Naughty Dog is a studio that has given us some of the best, not only best games in our childhood, but the best games in our adulthood too. You thinking about Naughty Dog doing Crash Bandicoot and now turning it into The Last of Us, giving us Uncharted, giving us all these other great games that was like, oh shit. I can't think of one game that Naughty Dog came out with that wasn't fire. And I'm really trying to think of it. And I can't
think of one either.
Okay.
Every game that Naughty Dog did was straight fire. And now that Naughty Dog now is a PlayStation company, along with other companies like Insomniac, like, that's crazy too to me. So I think it's all a strategy. I think PlayStation is about to come out with something big. they're about to be like, look, this PlayStation 5 is backwards compatibility with everything.
I feel like, oh, yes.
They're about to say any game that you bought on the PlayStation 3 is already purchased. Just re-download it. You good. Like, they're about to go all out.
Yes.
Speaking of the PlayStation 5, we have some news on that anyway. So, the world of Sony has dropped some news on the PlayStation 5. They want the community of Sony to give us what's the right price to put on the PlayStation 5. That's the one that I just read.
$399.
How much was PlayStation 4 when it first came out?
About $399. For the regular edition, the higher price one was like $500. If you wanted the terabyte, I think it was $599.
Push my PS4.
Yeah. So the release point on the PlayStation 5, it should be released February 12th, 2020. So, Sony, I know what you're doing.
Wait a minute. February?
No, that can't be right because they announced it was going to be in November. I think they're gonna showcase it in February.
Okay, let me restate myself. But I still see Sony doing a bundle deal with Last of Us on February 20th. Not February 12th with that bundle deal. Because Sony's good for bundle deals with Last of Us.
Yeah, but I think they're going to do that with the PS4. And then...
Okay.
I don't think they're going to do that with the PS5.
I know somebody's going to do a bundle deal with them.
Sony sneaky. We just had this conversation just not a second ago how sneaky Sony is.
In a good way.
I see that happening.
I see, but again, Sony's tactic is to let everyone come out first and let their system be the most memorable one. I think Xbox will come out first. Nintendo's coming out this year, I believe, with their Lite.
This year. Yeah.
And then Sony will come out late next year.
Nintendo's dropping, I think, after Thanksgiving, that Black Friday week. Black Friday week, Nintendo's supposed to be dropping.
But I think the Lite is already out. I think the Nintendo Lite is out. The Switch Lite. That one that is just a handheld.
Yeah.
That one's out because Link's Awakening is out too. And I know a lot of people have been waiting for that game.
Link's Awakening. You know what? Yeah. Fun fact. I've never... a Link game. Legend of Zelda game. Never.
I think Breath of the Wild is probably going to be my first game that I get on the Nintendo Switch. I haven't heard that much good things about Mario's Odyssey, so I'm cool with that.
Neither. It's been real low key.
Yeah,
I haven't had any bad feedback from it or heard any bad feedback. I just haven't heard a lot of feedback, just positive, period. Yeah.
Well, the 4 games that I've heard most about is Breath of the Wild, Smash, of course, Splatoon 2, and Pokemon.
Yeah.
Those are the 4 games I heard a lot about.
Because they're the only 4 games people buy.
Yeah, so those will probably be the first 4 games I buy. I'm going to buy those 4.
So, the announcement for the prices that what I'm reading it right now are you will have to pay $400. It's the same as PlayStation 4 and PlayStation Pro. You still have to pay the $400. They're gonna keep the price point the same, but
okay, that sounds about good. I can do that.
You will have from what I'm reading right now, the PlayStation 5 will have a 1 terabyte hard drive in it, so you have more games, more stuff like that.
Yeah, I could definitely do that.
More technology stuff in it.
So that's good because 1 terabyte, you don't really need a higher one than 1 terabyte if you play games casually. Me, and if they do it the same way that they did with the PlayStation 4, which is you can delete it, but your save progress is still stored in the cloud.
Yeah, your save
I'll be
progress
fine with
will be
that.
stored up there.
Yeah,
The
so
cloud is still the only thing they're going to do from Sony's standpoint is make the cloud bigger because they got the 1 terabyte in the system itself. So
yeah,
they're
I'll be
gonna give
fine with
you
that.
more cloud space than the 4 and the Pro does.
Yeah, then I'll be
But
fine with that. That's not a problem. 400 is a good standard price. I think when I got my PlayStation 3, my PlayStation 3 was 500. It might have been more actually.
it's depending on
Um,
which one you got. It's depending on which
I
Yeah,
one
got
you
the
that
got.
very first one. I got literally the very first one. It was like um
Yeah,
20 something gigs, I think. Because remember, games back then wasn't like a lot.
yeah, that much
Mhm.
big. So
Yeah,
here are the release dates. Here they're circulating around 2020 or 2021 from the
I'm
same
gonna
store.
say holiday season 2020. They
Yeah,
ain't releasing that shit first quarter 2021. I say I'm gonna get the PlayStation 5. Like I always get the PlayStation. I'm usually the one out of all of us that gets it first, and then I just tell everybody how it is, and then they end up
yeah,
getting it later.
'Cause I wait for
yeah,
all the
pretty
bugs and
much.
stuff to be worked out
Yeah,
and stuff.
Nah, I get it straight out. I want the bugs, baby. I need to know. I need to know. And then also, it's a good thing because a lot of people always say about the bugs,
but
but you
Green,
forget
but hold up,
they
hold up,
fix
hold
the
up, hold up,
bugs.
hold up, hold up, hold up. Before you say anything else, Sony console system October, November makes later 2020.
Yeah,
Now,
October, November, December. Yeah.
now the the freaking Xbox is supposed to be dropping the same time in the
Of course.
same holiday season
Yeah.
of 2020.
Because they're gonna want to compete. Yeah, I understand that. They
Now,
they Microsoft is a little sour about this generation. They've been losing for the last 6 years, so they want to come back.
all
So
right,
I
I'm
understood
gonna.
that perfectly. Now here's the
Is
thing, though.
you
What's going to turn the tide is if Sony keeps this Activision exclusivity deal.
Oh, they just redid that deal. They just
Then
redid
it's
that
going to be
deal.
the same thing because that's what turned the tide last time. Was exactly that. I
When the
mean,
beta dropped, Green, when that beta dropped, the 6th, the 16th, they was already in talks of redoing that deal for 5.
yeah, but that's the whole thing. Like it was stuff like that. It was the fact that the PlayStation 4 had more powerful hardware initially, and that it took Microsoft a while. It took them a couple years to come out with a Pro edition that could go toe to toe with PlayStation. But by that time, everybody had already bought their system. Like nobody was going to
Yeah.
go out and buy like I didn't buy the PlayStation Pro. Do I want it? Yes, I think it's an amazing thing. But the only thing that's different between the Pro and what we got is the 4K capability, which I
Yeah.
think is amazing. But it's not more amazing for me to drop another $400 for
Because
when
I
I
don't
already
have
have.
a 4K TV, so I don't need it right
Yeah. And I play my games on a Samsung curved monitor, not a
But
TV, a monitor
now.
because
but you don't
I'm
need
gaming.
but with the PlayStation Pro, you don't need a 4K TV. You don't need it. People just bought it. People
They
just
bought
bought the
they
Pro.
bought it because they wanted the best graphics out of the game that you possibly get. Because I mean, if you're gonna get a PlayStation Pro, you might as well get a 4K
Might
TV.
as well. Yeah,
You might as
if
well.
you're gonna get it, you gotta get
Yeah.
it.
So I mean, if you already had a 4K TV and you're a gamer, why would you buy the regular PlayStation? Why not just buy the PlayStation 4 Pro and get it out the way? Because you're gonna switch to it anyway.
Mm-mm.
I mean, that's the whole thing. Like now, I don't agree with. Now, listen, a lot of people don't understand. Sony be trying to build a monopoly so tough, and they be doing it underground because Sony
Yeah.
has Sony
Mm-hmm.
TVs, Sony cell phones, Sony speakers, and if you connect all of them together, like let's say you have a household with nothing but Sony products, all of them connect to each other. easily. And you can control either one of them from any of those devices. So if you want the best out of your PlayStation, you need a Sony TV. If you want to hear the best sound out of your PlayStation, you need to get Sony speakers. If you want to have the best remote play for it, you need to get a Sony cell phone. That's the best out of anything you can get. Now, you can do things with your other stuff. Like if you have a Samsung cell phone, yeah, you can do the remote play and all of that on your phone. But if you want the best out of it, you need to buy Sony. And Sony knows what the fuck they're doing. So when people be like, yeah, I bought this Vizio 4K TV, I'd be like, oh, so it's a piece of shit that you just got because you really wanted the PS4 Pro. That's good. You're getting the bare minimum out of the 4K, but you're not going to get as much as you would if you had a Sony 4K TV. That's just the whole deal about it. And Sony's sneaky about it, but I like the way Sony thinks, man. I like the way they think. Get as much money as possible so you can be more inventive. I like it. And the key going to be to the PS5 is how well do they transition the PSVR headset to the PS5? What is that going to look like, and what do they got to do in the future with that?
Yeah, I didn't even think about that.
So
I ain't even read nothing on that.
I'm blown.
The only thing we know is that the PS VR does connect to the PS5. We don't know what's the upgrades to it though, because the two things that they said was you can use your PSVR with the PS5, but that they're also developing an update to the PSVR so that a new headset is going to come out. So what is this new headset going to look like? How is it better?
If they add Duck Hunt to the PSVR and give us that same gun that we had when Duck Hunt was on Nintendo,
they got games like that already.
I mean, I would drop the whole bag on the Sony everything.
Look, I wouldn't even do. Sony ain't that low grade that they would ever do something like Duck Hunt, but they have something way better. They have like this Call of Duty game that you're basically sitting there with the motion controllers in your hand, and you control every aspect of it. I like that. I would even say that PlayStation should do the full body movement parts, like how PC has some of their games. Yeah. And if they came out with like ankle bracelets and wristbands that tracks your movements, and added that to the PSVR, it's a wrap.
That's like for Dance Dance Revolution, like the little exercise games.
No, AJ, you gotta look on YouTube, because the niggas that be playing on PC, like when they be playing, what's that one, VR Chat, they took that shit to a whole new level with those ankle bracelets, yo. They have the waist tracking system, the ankle tracking systems, the wrist tracking system. I've even seen some people with the fingertip tracking systems. And when you go on the VR Chat, you can literally do whatever you want. I've seen people on there just dancing, and the tracking is perfect. I've seen dudes go on there and like just do the wildest movements. And it's a perfect tracking. And if they brought that over to PSVR, and they had like the whole body tracking, I'm telling you, it would be perfect. Because think about it, PlayStation's still the lead for that.
But that would put Microsoft out of business if they did that.
I mean, that's the goal, ain't it? That's the goal. I mean, look,
I'm not advocating for Microsoft, but I'm playing devil advocate here. Microsoft will have to give them a full mocap suit.
Ain't nobody
to compete with that.
Look, Microsoft needs, but that's what Microsoft needs. It needs a fire under their ass. Because I think Microsoft's been very lazy. If y'all remember E3 a couple years ago, Microsoft has showcased this one thing when everybody else was showcasing VR. Microsoft had the thing where it was a hologram. And Pinky, you might have saw this. They were showcasing Minecraft. And the way that they showcased Minecraft was, if you look, I can't remember if it was on the TV or what, but basically it took where you were sitting, and the game would be a hologram on top of the table or wherever you decide to do this augmented reality part.
So that,
and you could play the game like that.
Hologram thing?
Yeah.
That hologram piece of trash?
But, yes, it's a piece of trash because it's Microsoft, and we're all PlayStation fans here, but we do love everybody. However, I will be the first to say that was interesting. I was very interested in that technology had they went further with it. Since then, from what I heard, Microsoft
I don't think we're ready for it, though.
I think we are, but I think from what last time I heard, Microsoft had took that technology and he had aimed it more directly to helping with the medical field. They wanted to do a lot of things with doing surgeries using that technology and also teaching with that technology, which is great. I understand that, but you could have used that technology for gaming too and got your money up.
But they did do it for gaming with the disabled pad for people, for disability kids. That's the only thing that I respected out of Microsoft, giving the disabled something to do instead of being mopey and instead of being down. They look like they can't play the games with their hand, like holding a controller like we can. That's the only respect I have for Microsoft right now.
Look, this is gonna sound really mean. I've seen some very famous streamers who are disabled, who have Down syndrome, who have all these, who don't have fingertips or hands or anything. I've seen them with a regular goddamn controller and beast the fuck out of niggas. So that shit to me, the disability pad that Xbox came out with, bravo, whatever. However, you need to focus on what's going to get you money at this point. And that was probably a waste of fucking time because niggas are still beasting out here with the regular controllers. Don't ever think that because somebody's disabled that they can't do the same shit we do. Their willpower is strong as a motherfucker. And if they want to play that game, they gonna play that game.
Don't play that game, trust me.
They are not babies when it comes to that.
But that's the only respect I had for them. They came out with that, and I seen the numbers on how bad that didn't sell. I see the numbers on that. I'm like, so I was like, oh,
it's a waste of time.
Wow.
You had this big technology, and you saw everybody else coming with VR technology. You saw PC came out with it. You saw that HTC was coming out with it. You seen that even cell phones companies were like coming out with their own little versions of VR headsets. Mm-hmm. And your biggest competitor, Sony, was coming out with it and showed you that they was coming out with it. And you know they followed through with all the shit they show at E3. Why didn't you come a little bit harder with your technology? We're still now in year 2019. PlayStation VR has been out for 2-3 years now. Mm-hmm. They announced it 5 years ago. Microsoft had announced the same shit 5 years ago. And you still ain't coming with the shit? Like, I want Microsoft to succeed. I really do, because when companies compete against each other on an equal basis, it brings out the best in everybody.
They scared to. They scared of the reaction they're going to get. They
can't be scared. Like, Bill Gates needs to come back. Because when Bill Gates was out, he wasn't afraid to do shit. He was straight up like, yo, do it. Let's go. Oh, you want cell phones? Let's make them bitches. Oh, you want an MP3 player? Oh, fuck it, yeah. Hey, give me that Zune right there. Let's come back out with them. He was not afraid to do shit. All right? And that's what you need.
Risk takers.
Yeah. If it wasn't for Bill Gates, we probably wouldn't even have an Xbox. So, I mean, you got to take that risk. I mean, don't you think when they first started talking about a video game console that it was a risk?
But once he left, everything went downhill for Microsoft.
Because they became pussies. You got to take the risk. You got to. PlayStation has taken many risks over the year. That first iToy that came out with the PlayStation 2, a huge risk. But look where it led to. It was a huge risk, and they failed with the PlayStation 2 version. But once they came out with this PlayStation 4 camera, wrap. Us as streamers, we love that PlayStation camera. We need that PlayStation camera. So, I mean, like, you gotta take risks.
Mm-hmm.
But if they don't, but like I said, they scared to take the risk because the hardcore fans gonna be on their cake.
And the hardcore fans can suck a penis. No one cares. Like, if you gonna roll with a company, you gotta roll with, like, for instance, the other day I was in Pinky's stream and somebody called me a fanboy. Let me tell you why that doesn't bother me that somebody calls me a fanboy. Because if you ride with that company, you ride with them through the good or the bad because of how they helped you out in the past. I've been a Sony person since I was young. And the reason why I ride with Sony is because when I was going through all that depression, all that suicide thoughts, all of that, I had a PlayStation that got that shit out of me real quick. So there's nobody at Sony that knows me, that gives a fuck about me. I could die tomorrow and Sony wouldn't even know the difference. They would move on like it's tomorrow. However, I do appreciate the fact that I had a PlayStation in my possession at those times. So the true fans are going to ride with the company regardless. We've seen that. This whole generation has been nothing but a big fail for Microsoft. However, Microsoft still got fans. Microsoft still got people that's riding for them.
Mm-hmm.
So Microsoft needs to realize, hey, if we fail, we just fail. But we can keep pushing. Look at Nintendo. Nintendo has failed for years.
But they still rise. I love it. I
love
it.
They on generation 200 right now. Like, Sony and Microsoft is on what? Generation PS4, PlayStation's on generation 4. Microsoft is on generation 3, is it? It was the Xbox. Yeah, they're going on to 4, and then we're going on to 5. So, those are generation 4 and 3. Nintendo's like on generation 20 at this point.
At most.
They have failed since the GameCube, I want to say.
GameCube?
I think it was the GameCube was the last great one.
Or are you just saying since that generation?
Since the GameCube, they've been failing up until the Switch. Between the Switch and the GameCube was one big ass fail. I can't remember what the fuck came out after the GameCube. Wasn't it the Wii?
Yeah, the Wii.
It was something else before that, though. I think.
No, it was GameCube, then the Wii, then the Wii U. They with the Wii that year. Then the Wii U came right after that. Then the Switch.
Yeah, and if you really want to get technical, Nintendo really is on like their generation 30 something because they came up with a bunch of handhelds that didn't need to come out. So they have failed consecutively since between the GameCube, I think was their successful console, up until now the successful console is the Switch. The Wii and the Wii U generation sucked. But they were trying new things. And then when they came out with the Wii U, it was kind of like, oh, this is just like the Wii. It just came out with this nice little pad. And for those who rolled with Nintendo, you got to see the failure out of Wii U become the success out of the Switch. Because their ideas came from the Wii U. That's what it was. It was a better looking, a more upgraded, a more innovative version of the Wii U. That's all it was. And now it's successful. You gotta ride with the failures. You got to.
If you
okay. So I'm looking now. So after the GameCube came out, the DS. After that, then the Wii. After that, the 3DS. After that, the Wii U. Then I guess the Switch after that.
Yeah, so they had a bunch of failures, yo. And if you really want to get technical, Nintendo should have been gone a long time ago.
But them fans keep coming back like, yo, we need
I mean,
Smash.
I'm a fan. I'm not a fanboy, but I'm a fan of Nintendo. Big fan of PlayStation, but I'm not a fanboy of PlayStation. Play two gaming companies that I like. I don't mind trying out Xbox and stuff like that. But on Nintendo, of course, and then I guess you can say I grew up on PlayStation or Sony, so that's what I'm used to. So if it's not broken, don't
fix it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's just you just gotta ride with it sometimes. Like PlayStation people, we had some failures in the past. Like I said, the iToy was a failure. The motion controls was probably a failure when it first came out.
About the iToy. Yeah, that was a failure.
The motion controls when they first came out for the PS3, those were failures too.
Mm-hmm.
But they somehow changed that failure, and the same exact motion controllers with the PS4 came out, and boy, they became a success. So I mean, sometimes you just gotta, you gotta ride with the failure. I mean, that's just what it is, yo.
If you don't, and if you don't ride with that failure, look what it becomes. You go to Xbox, and you still with that.
Yeah. And speaking of failures that become success, I think we're ready to talk about it. Call of Duty early beta. Oh my god.
Yes.
Oh my god.
First of all, let me say, I like the graphics. Like them. They're nice. I can get with it. However, it's frustrating. I'm used, as far as the gameplay goes, it's frustrating. And I think it's because I haven't been playing since it dropped. On to dusk. But overall, I'm gonna say that I am very excited for Modern Warfare. I'm excited for it.
I wonder what the story's gonna
good. Gameplay almost made me snap my PlayStation in half, but it's good. I did rage quit yesterday. Last night I did. I'm not gonna lie. I'm like, you know what?
Well, I will say this. I saw you streaming it one time, and it looked like you was doing really good.
Yeah, it was good. Shit. I'm not going to deny that. I died about 99 times in a row.
Nah, the stream I saw, it looked like you was up there getting kills like it wasn't shit. I was like, all right, Pink, shit. Make me look like
that's what, and that's because I guess I got used to that mode, which domination is one of my favorite modes.
Yeah.
So I was playing that, but when I played it last night, I was playing Ground War, and that's 10v10.
Yeah. Yeah. No, Ground War is 32 versus 32.
32.
Okay. Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, 32 versus 32.
It's
that's why I kept dying. So I had no choice but to camp.
The Battlefield version of that. It plays just like Battlefield on the Ground War
side. When it's like 5 flags you got to capture?
Yeah, it's like 5 of them. Yeah,
that's was 32 people on there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey,
guys, I retract my statement. It is a very cool game.
Yeah.
And y'all was playing with cross-platform.
No, the 32 versus 32 isn't cross-platform. For the beta, it wasn't cross-platform. Because I got into a couple rooms and it was nothing but PlayStation players for the Ground War ones.
But we're talking about like just the game in general. When it drops, it's crossplay.
Yeah. I don't know how that's gonna work, yo. That's gonna be.
It's gonna be rough.
You can't turn crossplay off. So
yeah, you can turn it off, but
you can turn it off. You have the option. Okay.
Yeah, they give you the option to turn it off.
AJ, what's your standpoint on Call of Duty so far?
God. If this is not the game of the year for shooters, y'all need to be whoever's gonna play Battlefield this year No, sir, Bob. Everybody named Mama. Everybody named Mama gonna be on Modern Warfare this year. From PC, if it decides to go to the Switch, good luck to that. But I'm on Modern Warfare. I'll be picking it up late, but I will have it.
Oh, I'm gonna have a day one. It's already paid for, son. My only I
My
think.
only issue is the PC player that can get
Oh yes,
into
the
the
keyboard and
that can
mouse.
that can get into
Oh,
the
well, here's the
that
thing.
can get into the map that can get into the map and shoot you from up under the map. That's the
Okay,
only
so I
thing.
wasn't tripping. I was really seeing that stuff, right?
Okay, so
Okay,
it's
I thought I
confirmed.
was tripping earlier. I thought I was tripping earlier. Because I saw on my
Nah, look.
radar, I was on the flat ground, and I saw that there was an enemy not even that far, like maybe 2 feet in front of me. And it had a down arrow under it. And I was like, there's a tunnel under this map? When the fuck did that happen? And I kept getting shot in my spawn point, and I'm like, yo, what is going on? Come to find out, this nigga is underground, getting nukes and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm glad.
That's
I was
the
glad I
only.
wasn't tripping.
So that's the only reason why I turned Crash platform off because of that reason right there.
Oh, it's
Because
PlayStation players doing it too. Don't even. They're doing it,
but
and it's only that map
they
that I
don't do
know
it
of.
as much. But they do it. The map they mostly do it on is Cave.
I haven't seen anyone doing it on Cave. I've seen them do it on that other one
Oh my
where the train
god.
tracks. I can't remember what the name of that stage is, but I've seen them do it there. I haven't seen them do it
I've
on Cave yet.
oh my god.
But someone told me that Cave is supposed to be the smallest map in the whole game. If
Say that
that's
louder.
true, that's fucking ridiculous.
That's not the smallest map in the.
Because I'm trying to think of what maps have I played that's smaller than that one.
Only small map that we played was Newtown.
I haven't played
That's the
Nuketown.
smallest.
I didn't even know they had
Like,
Nuketown in this.
I mean, I'm talking about as Call of Duty as a whole.
Oh no,
In
they were
general.
saying that as far as Modern Warfare, Cave is going to be the smallest one on Modern
The
Warfare.
cave map, is that on the
Yeah,
beta now?
yeah, it's on
Yeah.
the beta.
Oh, okay.
The
We
one with
can
the
play.
cave on the side. You played it,
Yeah.
Pink. I saw you stream it. You played it. It's the one that
That,
has the cave on the side, and then the left side of it is like a little bunch of houses in the desert or
you
something.
sure that's the shortest map? Because it seemed a little big to me.
That's what
Yeah,
people was
it's
telling
Oh, you
me.
talking about the shortest map on this Modern Warfare?
yeah on
Yeah,
this
on
one.
this Modern Warfare, it's
Okay,
supposed to be the smallest one. The rest of them is supposed to be way bigger.
That's a
And
lie.
if it is, that's fucking ridiculous. A good
It is.
ridiculous, but ridiculous. I do like
It,
the way that they took the 3 lanes out of this year's. They give you kind of more opportunities to pick a route. So I like that portion of it.
yeah.
I like that they gave us a lot more than what we thought we were getting for the beta. I didn't
Yeah.
know we was getting so many game modes.
I thought we was gonna be playing Team Deathmatch, Domination, Domination 20v20, and Headquarters. I
Yeah,
didn't know
and
we was gonna get. I didn't even think about Ground War. In Ground War, oh my god! Like if you don't know if your sight of range is not on point, let's believe you will be sniped.
I like the recoil. The recoil on these guns are way better.
Only
The
it's
gun sounds are more realistic.
the only gun I have any problems with recoil is the AK. All of the guns,
That should be good.
the AK,
That's exactly how it's supposed to be.
that's the
I
only
love
gun
it.
I'm having recoil problems with. That's the only gun I'm having. That's why I've been playing. I've been playing with the AK, that's so I can learn the recoil system. But the rest of the guns, I got the gun recoil down to freaking. I can run that gun all day.
The only thing that could probably fuck this game up is if they brought back the microtransaction shit.
No, they.
I did notice that they don't have any season passes. So I'm
No,
gonna assume that we're now getting the maps for free.
Yeah.
So bravo to Activision and Sony for making that happen. And some of y'all gonna be like, "It's not Sony's decision." Shut the fuck up. It's Sony's game now, all right? Y'all just gonna have to live with that shit. Y'all gonna have to live with that.
But Sony might get the Magic free, but Xbox might have to pay for that.
No, I think they're gonna get, because I even looked for Xbox season passes and they didn't have any. All of the upper modes, the only thing they give you is like operators, like customization shit. So if you get the $100 one, you get the 3 operators packs. But there was no like season pass or anything like that, no maps or anything that comes with any of the upgraded stuff. And then the $200 one gave you the goggles, the night vision goggles. I was very interested in that because it's been quite a few years since they had that. The last one that I bought was Black Ops 2, and I got the helicopter drone. That was a pretty cool package, and that was worth it. So I'm glad that they're starting to do that again. But I want to say another Modern Warfare game came out with night vision goggles too, didn't they, Pink?
Ghost. I think it was Ghost that did
What was it?
I want to say it was Modern Warfare 2, though.
Who had the RC car?
That was the first Black Ops.
Right.
Yeah, you got the RC car. And you spent the
night
200.
vision goggles.
I want to say Modern Warfare 2 was the night vision goggles.
Yeah, Modern Warfare was the night vision. Yeah, it was too.
When Black Ops 1 came out, you got the model RC car.
Yeah, and then
for the $200 one.
And then Modern Warfare 2 was the night vision goggles, and then Black Ops 2 was the helicopter, because I have the helicopter.
Yeah.
And then after that, they stopped. And I always wondered why they stopped or why they won't start it back up. So I'm glad to see that they're doing that again, because that's a good thing to have. I mean, you know, it's good for your collection. The gameplay is good. I'm very surprised they gave us 3 weekends.
I don't want them to mess it up, though. Leave the game speed how it is. Let us learn.
Take the glitches out.
Routes. Yeah, that too.
Take the glitches
Leave
out.
that.
Fix that.
Yeah.
If they added the fact that you can, you know, turn the crossplay off, that's great. I'm glad you have that option.
Mm-hmm.
I know Pinky was looking for Xbox players to play with. So, Pinky, you gotta tell me if they allow you to add them into the same party or what.
I'm glad you brought that up. Thank you. I had the hardest time trying to figure out how to add Xbox players. One thing I couldn't find, I guess all my Xbox friends was out or, you know, playing other games yesterday, so I didn't get a chance to add them or, you know, at least try to add them.
Mm-hmm.
Sense of okay, so basically trying to add Xbox friends, it was what I try to do is friend and how to do it. So I just basically told him to jump into my party and we were just gonna go from there. But you know, me being a seasoned Call of Duty player, it was user friendly. They have the icons on the side, which is, you know, identifiable with who's a PlayStation person, Xbox person. And that's the funny thing too. I didn't see any Xbox people.
Yeah, me neither.
So I don't know how to, you know, the symbol looks for Xbox. I guess it's just gonna be an X, you know.
Yeah, it's gonna be a big X.
So it might just say PC.
PC will have a computer. Xbox will have the Xbox logo. But
okay.
From what I'm looking at right now, the way you add Xbox and PC, you have to go into your Activision account.
Okay.
And they'll give you like a number, an ID number, and you go into then you can add them from that ID number.
Oh, that's stupid. They should have did like Epic Games does, where they have the Epic Games
Oh, yes,
list.
that ID number. Okay, so
Yeah,
that what
they
that
do.
box was.
They do. It's
That's how
like
they should
if
do
you
it.
go
They should
on.
do it like Fortnite did it.
Yeah, they do. If you hit social, and it says Activision and whatever console you on under it. Say if you're on PlayStation and it'll pop up, PlayStation Network friends, and you will just hit X on it, and it show you all your PlayStation friends list. If you're
Hmm.
on Xbox, you do. I think it's A on it on the Xbox, but they give you two ways to add people: your Activision account with PC players, Xbox players, and your regular console.
Okay. Well, my grades for the beta at least, I think Call of Duty is definitely an A minus. I'm not going to give it a perfect until I actually play it, but I'm gonna
The
say A
actual
minus.
game.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we'll just grade it on based on the beta.
Yeah,
Okay, based on the beta, I'll give it an A.
yeah, I give it an A too, based on the beta alone.
I'll give it an A minus just because I couldn't figure out how to play with my Xbox friends.
Okay.
But yeah, I'll give it an A minus.
All right.
So to the fans that want to play Modern Warfare with us, that are on Xbox and PC, we will have a account with Microsoft. If either of us have an Activision account with Modern Warfare, we will surely gladly add y'all. If y'all please be 18 or older. We don't want no little behind kids.
I do it even
Must be
simpler.
18.
If you want to play with us, join the RealOnesGaming Discord, and I'll have a section
We'll
for that.
just, but
Yeah.
you
I
must
want to
be
play.
18.
I want to beat.
Yeah,
You
please be
must
18
be
older.
18. You must be 18 and older. You don't
Yeah.
want we don't want no little kids trying
I
to
don't want the
be
parents to cuss us out. That's what I don't
Yeah.
want.
nah. So
And I do
must
have something to say about Discord, but that's for off the stream. Maybe that'll be a bonus content, but not right now. All right, so that's Modern Warfare. We have one quick story. It's not that big of a deal, but so everybody kind of heard about the xCloud. We know about the Google Stadia because we talked about that, and now they just announced the Apple Arcade for your Apple products. Pinky, which one would you rather have out of the three?
Let's see here. So out of the three here that we have, now I must say that I'm an iPhone girl. Okay, I am an iPhone person.
I
I can't
forgot
see
you have an
myself.
iPhone.
I don't have no damn iPhone. I have an Android.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't have it.
um,
I
well,
did say I ever had the choice to get an Apple product, it would be an iPad. I do like the iPad. I always wanted an iPad.
I like the desktop Mac computers. Those shit's
I
amazing.
used it one time and I could not, for the love of me, figure it out.
Yeah, it's difficult to learn, but the overall desktop version is pretty good. I don't like the laptops, but the desktop ones is
the
banging.
desktop. I
Okay,
pick the
so
desktop over
between the
anything.
Apple Arcade, the xCloud, or the Google,
The Stadia.
Stadia.
You want me to give you the differences?
I mean, I know what the Apple Arcade is. It's basically that game app, right?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's basically just an app on your phone that you can
I don't
transfer
need
your game.
that.
They're gonna do the same things. Like you can play the game on your phone, and then when you want to switch over, it saves the progress, and you can switch it to your Apple TV, whatever the case might be, and play on there or your Mac computer. It does the same. It has that one little feature that you can continue your play onto other Apple devices, but it's only for Apple devices.
Oh, okay, so tell me about the Stadia and the xCloud.
Google Stadia is kind of like how they have the Chromecast, that piece that hooks up into your TV. It's kind of like that where you can hook it into your TV, but you can, and it comes with a controller, and you can play games either on your TV, on your computer, because Google is everywhere on your computer, on your cell
Yeah.
phone, on your tablet, whatever you want to do. The difference between the Google Stadia and the Apple Arcade is Apple Arcade, and we looked at the list of the games. Their biggest game is the Sonic Racing game. Google Stadia has not, I want to keep saying the Division, Destiny 2, a lot of Ubisoft games. Actually, Ubisoft just came out with the Ubisoft Plus, I think it's called, where for $14.99 you get like a whole bunch of their games for free, over 100 plus titles, and you can play that on your Google Stadia. So if you're like a big Ubisoft person, you can pay monthly subscriptions to Ubisoft Plus, and you can get the Google Stadia, and you're pretty much set for life. And you can play on whatever device you want. Even if you're at work, you can prop up your little cell phone and play it on your cell phone. It does the same thing where if you play on your cell phone and you get in the house, you can automatically just switch it from your phone to your TV right then and there. And you can continue to play right there on the couch. And it's I want to say it's $129, $129.99 when it comes out, and that's it. You can pay for a subscription on the Google Stadia too to get games, or you can just buy them one by one and they're like discounted rate. And that comes out in November. Apple Arcade, I think, is out now. And the xCloud is the Microsoft streaming service, or the cloud service that's used for streaming. And I believe that PlayStation is taking part in that as well. I don't know how they're going to use it, but they are partnered with Xbox in that xCloud sort of thing.
Because they need us to push it. That's all. They just need us to
I
push
don't know
it.
what
They
it
don't
is, to
cut
be
the
honest with
contract.
you. I just know that
They need us.
they're doing it.
They just
So
need us as fans to push the xCloud. That's so they get a little buzz, PlayStation gonna drop. PlayStation gonna drop theirs, and we gonna come right back. They just need a little push. Like when your battery die, you try to ask somebody for a jump. You jump them to the point to get just to get them home. Just to get them home, so they could charge it. As soon, PlayStation give them that little jump just to get them over that hump. Boom, PlayStation gonna knock them over the head with something.
Well, I like the Google Stadia. I think that's the one I'm gonna pick.
If I had to choose, I'd go with Stadia too.
I'm going Stadia all day.
Yeah, I think the Google Stadia is probably out of the streaming service. Like I said, I have a PlayStation, so I don't really have the need to have a streaming services for my PlayStation. So I like the fact that Xbox and PlayStation are teaming up finally. I like that idea. It's just that it hasn't been clear to me exactly what that partnership exactly is, or how it's going to affect PlayStation at all. I know how it's going to affect Xbox, but I don't know how it's going to affect PlayStation.
It's not going to affect PlayStation not one bit.
It has to, because Sony wouldn't do something just to do it. Sony is not a friendly company.
Like I said, it's just an easy push. Put it like this. It's a money grab for Sony. It's a money grab for Sony.
Well, I would say I think for Xbox players that might be a good idea, because I know they said that there was a rumor that Microsoft was thinking about a streaming only Xbox. So I'm assuming that's what the xCloud has a lot to do with, is the streaming only Xbox. So if that's the case, then I can kind of see what the point is. But seeing that I don't think I'm going to get an Xbox, I think the Google Stadia is probably the best thing to get.
I'm only going to get Gears and Killer Instinct.
I wouldn't even get that stuff.
Or Instinct.
Like, I remember Killer Instinct from N64 days. And, I mean, it was cool. I just didn't care about it.
That's the only one I get it for. That and Gears of War.
Yeah, I don't really care about Gears of War either. I didn't play the
I'm
first
not.
4, so I'm not gonna play the 5th one. So I'm good. And plus,
You
that was something else I wanted to tell y'all about, and I completely forgot about it. So have you guys ever played the game Resistance? It was on PS3.
What's all
It
again?
was actually it was a Sony game. It was a really big game on PS3. It was
What's this called
Resistance.
again?
Resistance.
Familiar.
Nah,
I think they had like a trilogy, and it was like
nah.
a shooter game, kind of like Gears of War, but it was like based in kind of like the early 40s, early 50s, like during World War II days, where you
Mm-mm.
fight aliens and stuff, or monsters, I should say. Well, you guys should look it up later because there was some rumors going on that they're coming out with another Resistance game, and I'm super excited about that because that was one of the first person shooter games that I played for PS3, and I'm super happy about that. And then the other news is that there might be a Killzone game coming out too.
Yeah,
So,
Killzone and Resident Evil, but Resident Evil has 4 players in it, so y'all be on the lookout for that news. I'll
oh,
be
you
looking
talking
at
about that? What's the name of that game?
Resident Evil. The new
No, it's not
Resident
called
Evil.
Resident Evil. It's called something else.
No, it's
The one I'm
Resident
thinking
Evil.
of is called something else.
But there's another Resident Evil game coming out, so probably next podcast we'll talk about that. The trailer's already out, so
Is that the one where it looks like a dude is in the studio and he's controlling everything?
mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's not called Resident Evil. That's
Yes, it is. It's called Resident Evil,
let me see.
and he controls I forgot the guy's name. That monster looking thing. I forgot his name. Oh, it's that guy. Quick, just that quick. I forgot.
No, what's the name of that fucking game? I just looked at the
It's
trailer the other day. Because I was sitting there thinking, like, is this a Resident Evil game?
mm-hmm.
And I was
It
looking at the
is.
title and I was like, it follows the title, like, you know. Hold on, guys. Pinky, while I'm looking at this, why don't you tell us about the weekend you had?
So let me tell you about my weekend, guys. So I went to comic or MechaCon, I'm sorry. Downtown Detroit here. Give you a little backstory on MechaCon. It was nice. It was really, really, really nice. That was my first time going. I think it's been on since 2015, just off the top of my head, but don't quote me on that. Kind of on Instagram. MechaCon, MECCACON. See here. MechaCon stands for Midwest Ethnic Convention for Comics and Arts, ran by Crown. Here, so basically this year it was at Detroit DSA High School. Actually, a hop, skip, and a drop, literally away from the Detroit Orchestra Hall. Part of the panel discussion. I wasn't a part of the panel. I was more so doing technical work for the panel. Ran by hosting, I should say, was hosted by Brandy and Asia and Key. Brandy from Brown Girl Gamer Code. You can follow her on Twitter, and you can also catch her on Twitch. Her Twitch name is A Shot of Brandy with 2 eyes. At browngirlgamercode.com. Asia, you follow her on Twitter and Twitch by the name of Asia Amnesia. I'm sorry, Amnesia. You can also find Key on Twitch at Key Breeze, AEIBRIEZ. The title of the panel was Black Girls Are the Game. So basically, yeah, it was really nice. I came across a lot of artists there. have their cards and stuff. If you follow me on Instagram, I'll post them on there as well. The event, it started Thursday the 19th. It went Friday actually, which was yesterday, had the black film. I missed that because of work. Oh, but yesterday was the comic book panel as well, and I stayed in for that, and it was nice seeing the creative juices flowing between. It was about 6 guys all together. I cannot remember, and I do apologize their names. I can't remember all their names, but just seeing them talking about how they started it, traveling and freelance comic book writing, to work for the big comic book companies, and now they want to be independent. They want to do their own. And I'm like, yes, come on with your own comic book company. I want it. Give it to me. But yeah, oh no, it was nice. It was really good.
Okay. And that was is MechaCon Detroit based?
It's actually it's based out of Detroit, but they go to Philly as well.
Okay. All right. So
is
the one in Philly already done?
Oh, I don't know if they go in the early part of the year.
Okay. So people in Philly, look it up.
I know for sure it's in Philly too. But I'm not sure if that passed already. November is popping up my head for Philly. Yeah, I'll get to it. I'll find the information, but definitely if you can Google search, if you guys are interested, MechaCon, like I said, you can follow them on Instagram, MECCACON, MechaCon. Google search it, and the website will pop up.
Okay. So guys, if you're in Philly or Detroit, that might be something you want to do every year. I saw some of the pictures. It looked like y'all had a lot of fun. It looked like a very fun. Okay. So I have the cities: Detroit, Los Angeles, the Bronx in New York, Philadelphia, Texas, Atlanta, DC. Oh, it's in DC. Okay, cool.
Mm-hmm.
Toronto, Montreal.
Atlanta, yeah. Okay. Mm-hmm.
Toronto, Montreal, St. Louis, and it says and more. So I'm assuming they're still trying to get cities, more, together. So
and
that's
Detroit,
pretty cool.
Yeah.
Okay, I gotta look it up for DC because that's the closest place.
Yeah, it's closer to me too.
I do want to make this announcement real quick. Seeing that we are growing as a podcast, there's going to be some changes in the next couple episodes. The first change that I can think of is the next podcast, I will be in my new gaming studio. Yes. So I'll be moving a little bit down south. I will no longer be in the city of Baltimore. I will be leaving this glorious mess that we call Baltimore, and I'll be moving in with Super Fluffy Slippers, and I have a gaming studio. So that'll give me more time to do content and more time to work on the Real Ones Gaming podcast. I'm also going to be working with Miss Pinky to make the podcast a whole lot better. Yes. Because I think we have a lot of talent and we need to showcase the talent more. You guys are going to see, starting with this one, you kind of notice that we have a different background to this. Something a little bit of mix, So we're going to be doing a lot of big things so that we can go to these conventions and do interviews and do stuff.
Represent.
Yes. I want to get us some goddamn Real Ones Gaming t-shirts so we can go to these conventions and be like, oh, you don't know the Real Ones Gaming? Oh, let me tell you a lot about it. And, make us a little bit more
booth. If you just give us a booth, I'm good with that.
Not even a booth. Just give me a table. I can do a whole lot with a table. Okay.
Yes. I want to one day be able to go to one of these conventions and do a live episode right there at the convention. That's where I want us to be. I
I'm
will
sorry
be
to cut
happy.
you off, but I thought it was so dope that they at MechaCon, the panelists, they got free headshots.
Oh.
In pictures, yeah.
Okay.
Professional, yeah, it was dope. It was like how they was type, and I think from 3 to 30 they were doing
Did you
like
get your
the
headshot?
panelists got free headshots, and like say if a regular person that was coming visiting the Comic-Con, they would have to pay, I think it was like $50 for the headshots. I want to say it was 3 free ones for the panels, and I'm not sure how many 50 for, just person coming in. But yeah, get your information, get some free headshots channel. If not, you have to pay for it, but that's not bad.
Not bad at all.
Not for $50 for three heads.
So and that's why I said, it's 3 headshots free for the panelists. But if you were, coming off the street, I'm sorry, and stuff like that.
Okay.
$. But I'm not sure how many headshots she was getting. I wasn't clear on that.
All right. Well, again, guys, make sure you check out that link below so you can plan for the next MechaCon in a city near you. Other than that, I don't have anything else on my list to talk about. How about you guys?
Nothing in particular. I gotta see if there's any more cons coming here in Detroit. If anybody's out there that's gonna go to any of them, let me know. I know the biggest one that's coming up is YomaCon, and that's in November. I'm going to be there. Go there. I'm not going to be on the panel or anything like that. I'm just going to go as a person.
And so, I will be at Comic-Con in Baltimore.
I got to look up soon.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think this was a great episode. We talked about a lot of things, and like I said, the next one will be a little bit different, but we'll have a lot of fun. So, Pinky, you want to give out your closing statements and anything you want to say to the people?
Thank you so much. Thank you for the warm welcome back. Yes, I know, like I said before, I just had to take care of, home and stuff like that. So I do apologize for my hiatus. I had to just get everything back in order as far as the kids going back to school and making sure everything is cool. Find me on Twitch. You can find me Miss Pinky 313. You can find me on YouTube 313 Miss Pinky. On Facebook, you can find me on Instagram, the Twitters, all there. Follow Black Mommy Gamer on Twitch as well, guys. I have big plans for that as well. Big shout out, like I said, to MechaCon. Big shout out to Crown. I really enjoyed it. It was really, really nice. Something just for us, for people of color. That was awesome. But yeah, I think that's it. Oh, I'm sorry. And big shout out to Brown Girl Gamer Code, Brandy and Asia and Key. Thank you so much for allowing me to help you guys on your project. And hopefully next year I can be a panel person instead of behind the scenes for next year. Okay. That was the awesome set. Yeah.
Yeah, because Pinky knows a lot about all kind of topics in the gaming community and in the blurred community as a whole. So
yeah, I try to, spread my wings a little bit, yes. As far as the knowledge go, I may not know everything, but I dibble and dab,
Yes.
I know what I'm talking about.
Get Pinky up there. She should be the goddamn host.
And one more shout out before I forget. Terrell from Blurred. Big shout out to you. Thank you. I didn't know it was a sneak up, but he had featured me in one of his posts on blurred.com. And I was like, what? Thank you. A big shout out to Terrell.
And Terrell, I'm trying to get one of those blurred black t-shirts, homie. I'm just letting you
And
know.
fire, okay?
We give you shout outs on this podcast. I think we all deserve a free t-shirt. Just put that out there. Just saying, you know. Look real nice with my panda logo right next to it. Just saying. Look real nice.
Hoodie, okay? I say in Michigan. It's cold in
yeah,
these
it's getting cold. Yeah, scratch the t-shirts. We need black hoodies with the blur logo on it.
Tyrone, it's about 90 in Atlanta, so I'll take a t-shirt, like a white one.
Terrell,
bro.
Yeah, you're not getting one.
You're not getting one. He said, "Oh."
I'll take a white one because it gets hot in Atlanta, so it's about 85 now. So I take a white one.
Well, while you sitting there getting people's names wrong, why don't you give out your closing arguments?
Well, I want to thank everybody for showing up to the streams, showing up to the YouTube, but make sure y'all hit the follow button, man. Make sure y'all hit the sub button, and there's more stuff in the works. I'm working on a Facebook gaming page for the Royalty family, Discords, merch. I got ideas out this world for merch for the Royalty team. The people that's in this podcast with me, they'll be the first ones to get it. So I'm just trying to fandangle my way around. My hands are in 8 different pots. My mind is all over the place. But make sure y'all come through. Make sure y'all come through Monday through Friday on Twitch at King_. And you can find me on YouTube, Jay. You can find me on Twitter at KingAJ. And I interact with all my fans. I talk gaming to music to whatever y'all want to talk about with me. I interact with everybody. And y'all stay leveled up. Y'all stay blessed up, man. We're going to pass it on over.
All right. And once again, if you haven't been listening since the beginning, my name is Green. Special shout out to Melanin Gamers for the support and my brand new Melanin Gamers shirt. It's wonderful. I wore it through my special showcase stream on the Melanin Gamers, and I love it. I had a lot of fun during that stream too.
I need a Melanin Gamer shirt.
Yes, it's nice. And they not only sent me the shirt, but they also sent me a bag, which my girl loves. You know, she loves purses and stuff, so she uses that as her bag.
Yes, I love bags too. Yeah, I need a bag too.
They sent me some buttons, so I have now some book
bag
buttons
too. I need a bag.
So I love it. I can't wait for you guys to have merchandise up for sale, so I can just start buying the hell out of it. Also, shout out to the gaming community. I have been so proud. Not the ones complaining about Cyberpunk 2077. But the rest of you, the ones who have been acting right. I have been proud and honored to be a member of the community. And this community has been rocking the past few months with all of the Don't Blame Video Game hashtags and just the support that you give all the other communities and the way that you guys have been behaving during the convention season and at these panels and things like that. You guys have been rocking. You guys have been fighting hard for our community. So thank you so much. And I'm proud to be part of you guys. Make sure you check out my Twitch and YouTube. The past few weeks has been really great. Me and Pink had our first challenge this week, and it was amazing. No, that was last week. Yeah, we had our first challenge last week. And I actually had fun playing Minecraft.
It's Minecraft. Which is funny because I made a point that I play Minecraft at the panel yesterday. I said, I like Minecraft. I love it. I said, other people call it other names, but I don't care.
It's Roblox. That's all it is. It's Roblox. Speaking of which, Lego, since we're on that topic, Lego, y'all doing dirty. Why y'all trying to come up with a Minecraft wannabe game? That's messed
Wait
up.
a minute, are they?
They're coming out with like a
research for this
Fortnite.
for the next podcast, then.
They're coming out with like a Fortnite-ish / Minecraft bullshit.
I knew we needed
that's for the Apple
yes.
Arcade. So for you Apple iPhone users, that's one of the bullshit games y'all get.
It's only on iOS.
I don't know, but that's one of the games that they're showcasing. I would assume they're going to try to put it on all platforms.
It's only for the Apple Arcade.
Oh, okay. Then y'all can keep that bullshit. I don't need that. So me and Pink definitely got to do more challenges, and I encourage AJ to join in on these challenges. A big shout out to Super Fluffy Slippers for just the support and everything. She actually gave me the idea for the Cyberpunk 2077 story. She actually presented that to me and said we need to talk about it. So she was pretty much our producer this episode. She gave me a lot of ideas.
Why is the producer not here?
The producer is feeling under the weather, so she's taking it easy.
AJ said there was so much force.
They've been asking for Super Fluffy Slippers to be on the podcast for months and months, and it's always something that kind of comes up. So hopefully, when we move into the new place, she will be a regular guest appearer on the show. So we'll do something. But on top of that, she always supports me and this team, so I'm blessed to have her by my side here and in life. Thank you all for tuning in. I do appreciate that. And right now, we're going to go play some Call of Duty. But until next time, guys, y'all stay real.
Stay real.
Stay real.